Hi guys, it's me, Mr. Dan1268, otherwise known as the Dan, and today I'm going to go ahead and show you a good reason why to start collecting for the Xbox One in the year 2026. Let's go ahead and go over some games that I recommend. We'll go over two forms of the hardware, some controllers, and then I'll have some thoughts at the end of it. Anyway, this is me, Mr. Dan1268. Let's go to the next part. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to show you a list of games that I did enjoy during this generation. I started off on the Xbox One, so that's why quite a lot of these games are probably the same on the PS4 as they are on the Xbox One. But that doesn't mean they're any worse or better. So I'm going to go ahead and show you ones. That one off to the side, my favorite one on the console. If you're going to go ahead and get yourself an Xbox One, go ahead and get yourself Halo, the Master Chief Collection. This thing did release shit, but they fixed it, and now it's probably the game I spent the most amount of time on the Xbox One and PC. I'm excited for the remake of the first one. I wish it was a remake of Halo 3, but we'll get it one day, guys. I'm just gonna... Alright, and the next game we got here is Rare Replay. Another great game. It's a compilation game with all the Rare games from Banjo-Kazooie. I believe Conker is on here. You've got Killer Instinct, Perfect Dark. There's heaps of games, Camaro, whatever it's called, that one they released on the 360. And I also do believe the Viva Pinata games are on here as well. The next game we got here, I'd rather play this probably on the Xbox One, but you can play Halo Infinite on the Xbox One. I do enjoy Halo Infinite. I just wish it was better supported. I thought the gameplay was awesome. The campaign was interesting. I just wish there was more to do in the campaign. If you're going to have an open world Halo game, why not make it more interesting? But it also taught us that linear Halo is probably a little bit more better. But anyway, on to the next one. Who we got is Red Dead Redemption 2. The best way to play this game on the Xbox One or PS4 is to play this on the Xbox One X, as it will run the best on this generation. Next game we got here is Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy. Yet again, I love Crash Bandicoot. I like the Insane Trilogy, and the best thing about getting on both, you can get double the achievements. Next game we got here is Watch Dogs, the first one. I actually liked the first Watch Dogs. I thought the second one and the third one and the rest kind of sucked, but I do think that this is the best Watch Dogs game. Next one we got here is Far Cry 4. I prefer Far Cry 5, but I do like 4. It's got a really interesting way you can beat the game at the start. I don't want to spoil it, but there's a way you can beat this game at the start. Next game we got here is the trilogy for Grand Theft Auto, which has 3 Vice City and San Andreas. I know they kind of stuffed it up, and I do prefer the original ones, but if you do want to go ahead and play the 3 Grand Theft Autos on the Xbox, you can, and it's also Series X compatible, of course. Next game we got here is Kingdom Hearts 3. I love Disney, I like Final Fantasy, so why not meet them both in the middle? Mafia 3, another great game. I mostly played this on PC. I've been playing the 4th one, I think it's the New Country. I haven't completed it yet, but so far I am enjoying the story. Another one, a controversial one, is Halo 5 Guardians. Now you can only play this on Xbox consoles. It's not on PC yet. I don't know if they ever will. The thing about Halo 5, the campaign was a fucking steaming pile of shit. The multiplayer, though, was good, but it wasn't Halo. I feel as though if this game wasn't Halo and kept the same multiplayer, I think this game would have done really well. Next game here we got is a launch title, which is a day one, which is like a silver one they put on there. That's Rise, Son of Rome. Another great game. Graphics in this are still really, really good. Another game we got here is Batman Arkham Knight. Love the Batman Arkham series. My favorite one is probably Arkham Asylum. I do like Arkham City, but I like Arkham Asylum because it's so much more compact a little bit more. Another one we got here is obviously South Park, the Fractured Butthole. Like I said in my previous video, I like Stick of Truth a little bit better, but Fractured Butthole is so much fun. You can also get this on the Switch. Next game we got here is probably a game I am going to be teasing a little video about these games, the AFL video games. This is AFL Evolution 2. I remember when this came out, I think I went to the city and it was released, but they hadn't got their stock yet, and it was like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I thought it was weird, but I had to just wait around, and I'm lucky I did, because I do love me AFL video games, as low quality as they are good fun. On to the next game here is Battlefield 1. I think that this is the best Battlefield game ever. I honestly think this is one of my favorite Battlefield games, being set in World War One, which is a real rarity in shooter games or war shooter games, and more World War Two or like Cold War or the kind of like all those other wars. But I reckon World War One, just because it's really a brutal war. If you do like your war history, World War One's brutal. Anyway, go on to the next one, and the next one is obviously a GOAT, and that is The Witcher 3. Witcher 3 is freaking good. I'm trying to swear less and less in these videos, especially the long content ones. But no, I love The Witcher 3. It's CD Projekt Red's love letter to the books. I've watched a little bit of the TV series, but I never really got into it for the video game. And we're on to another game, and that is Sunset Overdrive, another fantastic game. It was so weird getting an Insomniac game on an Xbox console, knowing that they're basically the PlayStation's, one of their top companies, and they weren't exclusive, I guess. But I highly recommend playing this. It is basically the foundations of the Spider-Man PS4 games. Like, a lot of the moving mechanics and stuff are basically from this game. And on to the next one. This one here, I absolutely love. I love the original one, and I love the remake. That's Battle for Bikini Bottom, Rehydrated. I remember I got this game, and I believe I got this game and an Xbox Series X, and I specifically got it because I thought it was really cool. It's got Xbox One enhanced games, which is a thing, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But the Xbox One enhanced games play just slightly better than the original one. And I'll show you a mod you can do to both your Xboxes. And the last game here we got is Doom 2016. Is it 2016? Yeah, I believe it's 2016. Good lord, this game's been out for a while, hey? Anyway, this game here is phenomenal. It was the game that basically brought Doom back into the modern era with this one, and then you got External, and then the Dark Ages. I like this one the best out of the three. Alright, anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to change over my hand cam. I'm going to show you the consoles that I've got, and I'm going to show you the controllers, and then I'll come back and maybe have a little story about me and the Xbox One generation of consoles. Anyway, we'll go on to the next part. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go over the two consoles that I have. I do have more consoles, but they're currently at my parents' place, and I will show you that in the evaluation video of basically the collection of consoles and all that I've got. So I thought what I'll do is I'll show you the two consoles that I've currently got here, the two different models, and I'll show you some controllers here, and the value of everything will be in a separate video. So we're doing basically the games worth, and then we'll do the hardware and controllers, and we'll go on from there. Anyway, let's go ahead and show you the consoles. Okay, so the first one we're going to show you here is this big fucking fat guy. Oh, it doesn't even fit in the frame. This is the original launch Xbox One with the glossy freaking plastic and the non-glossy. I don't know why they did this. But no, I don't recommend buying this Xbox because it does have the touch-sensitive buttons. It's not good for cats. But what was cool with the Xbox consoles is it was never really used that much unless you had like a satellite TV. And that's it had a HDMI in and out. I don't know why. And also, if you do want to play Kinect games, this is probably the best one because it has a dedicated port and you don't have to go and get an adapter. But no, that's the original fat one. And my recommendation with these consoles is there's a mod you can do to change the regular spinning disc to an SSD, which will be in a video that I will be producing in the near future. Okay. All right, and okay, so here's another Xbox. This is the Xbox Series X. This is the one that I recommend for you guys to go out and purchase if you do want to experience this generation of Xbox One games. This is the best hardware you can get. I recommend if you're going to play the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One series, you might as well go and get the Pro and the Xbox One X. All right, so that's the hardware. It's not really that much to show off, and I will go ahead and show you the controllers. Okay, so that's the hardware. We're going to go ahead and look at some controllers. This here is one of the with the original launch controllers. This is one of the ones that I don't recommend you go and get. I recommend getting one with the Bluetooth in it. So anyway, this is just your standard black controller. This is the first gen. The way you can tell, it doesn't have a headphone jack, and it also has this little like V-neck looking thing up the top here. So yeah, that's the first Xbox One controller. It's black. You can get ones that has the day one on it, which I'd like to get just for the collection. Okay, on to the next one. So this is the second generation of Xbox One controllers. And the way you can tell that is they finally put a headphone jack on there. You used to have to get like a little adapter so you could put a headphone jack on it when you'd have like your headset. Now everything's pretty much Bluetooth, so you probably don't really use those anymore. But that is a feature if you do want it. This controller is pretty cool. It's got like a blue D-pad. It's the Loki one. I want to get the Halo. I want to get the Master Chief one, but it's super expensive. Not expensive, but just hard to kind of find. Okay, so on to the next. All right, on to the next controller. So this is the next controller here. This is the third generation of Xbox One controllers. I know, Microsoft. But this one here is way better. The ergonomics are better. The grip is better. The way it's laid out is way better than the first ones. I think the color's better. I think it's better without the V-neck. And this one has Bluetooth. So if you wanted to pair it to your Rogue LAX or your iPhone or your PC, you can do that with this one. All right, on to the next controller. Next controller here we have is this red one, this really sick red one that I used on PC forever. This was the controller that I used for, I can't even remember when I got this thing, but I got it and I loved it because it had these grips on the back of them. It felt comfortable. I liked the color. It was really cool, but I prefer the normal XYB, but it has like the non-colored buttons, which is really cool. All right, on to the next controller. Next controller here we have here is a blue version of the white controller. And as you can see, the buttons are blue. Next one we have here is this like maroon red, like a raw ass red. And it's really weird. Xbox did change the jewel. So it was silver and then it went to matte. It's like the opposite of the Xbox 360 controllers. How at the start, the Xbox 360 had a matte one and went to silver, and then they went from silver to a matte. Okay, on to the next one. This is a little bit of a foreshadowing of a console that I do have, and it's the last Xbox One X's versions ever made, and that was the Cyberpunk one. So this is the Cyberpunk controller. This one's super cool. So you got No Future there for Johnny Silverhand. You got Arasaka. You've got a couple of quotes there from the game. You've got Johnny Silverhand's band, and you got 2077. You got a QR code. I've never scanned that. I don't know if there's. Sometimes they have like Easter eggs on the This is Samurai. That's it. Samurai. My bad. It's really cool. So it's got this like red and red and black, kind of like his arm. Like that's supposed to be silver hand, and that's supposed to be his like normal body, I think. All right, and on to the last controller. This controller here is the rarest controller I own. I have it sealed and I have it unsealed. This is the Sea of Thieves ones. I think this is the coolest controller that Microsoft have actually made. I believe it was glowing. I believe this is glow in the dark. This little skull here. This is one of the coolest controllers I got. It's got like a gold trigger, the purple. I love this controller. I don't use it because I don't want to ruin it, but yeah. All right, so we'll go into the next part and just some thoughts and stuff about the Xbox One. I'll see you guys over there. Okay, so that's going to go ahead and do it for the consoles, controllers, and some games that I really do enjoy on the console. I'm going to go over some reasons why collecting for the Xbox One is such a phenomenal idea to do right now. I've got my phone here, and I'll show you a little bit of the screen grab of what I've got. Just to show you guys, like, here is an Xbox Series S for $70 Australian. That comes with the power cable and a HDMI. We've got original fat one for $85 that comes with controllers. There's heaps here. There's one for $120 that comes with a couple of games. Another game that I don't physically have for the Xbox One Series is obviously Grand Theft Auto 5. You can play on the consoles here, and yeah, there's just so many. And I originally, when this generation was starting, I was in high school. I probably really, if I used my brain, I probably should have just gone straight for the PS4. But a lot of my mates and stuff, we had Xbox 360s. I still remember when they announced the Xbox One, it was such a disappointment. Like, Microsoft was literally basically kind of surpassing PlayStation at that point in time. They started to kind of slow down when the Kinect came out. That's when it started to kind of draw a little bit back, but I think Microsoft was like right there. And then for some reason they wanted to have TV and Netflix and all this crap shoved down your throat, when it's like people buying an Xbox just want to play games, and then having Netflix should just be a bonus, you know? But that's what that is. So if you guys do enjoy what you see here, please go ahead and subscribe and like. If you want to go ahead and watch me live on 6 o'clock every night here in Australia, you guys can convert that to wherever you may be. Please go ahead and either sub for me over there on Twitch or follow me on Twitch, or you can watch it here live on YouTube. I'm expanding to stream over to possibly TikTok, if I can get that to work, so that way we get more people viewing is better. And if you guys did enjoy this, stay tuned for the next video, which will be coming out tomorrow, and I will let you guys know that by social media posts. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!